Oh,
come on,
Charlie's
you've got to
acting
call them
coy
Roblox.
like he doesn't know what it is. Roblox.
That would have been great, actually.
Yeah,
It should have done. The headline is The Children's Game with a Sex Problem.
And then he does the tippity tappity toes, teaches people to do the tippity tappity toes, and then they live in happily ever after. Thank you, good night.
Well, I'm glad we've got that as introduction now. James about to have a heart
James
attack.
doing. James looks like he's about to ask me to grab his strong hand.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Take my strong hand. What great
definitely
film,
can't
I
have
didn't
that.
understand that reference.
You've never
Really?
seen that film?
No, what film are you talking about?
Okay, before we get into Andy's stupidity, hello and welcome to the Earth Sandwich podcast.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good.
How are we? After good evening. I'm in the morning.
You've
Shit.
already
Good
fucked
evening.
it.
I've already
Good
fucked
morning,
myself.
Charles.
Hello. Good morning.
I'm very well. I'm very well. How are you, James?
Pretty good.
Very good.
No, I'm good.
Enough of the formalities there.
Yeah, no, straight to the point. No, yeah, I'm pretty
That's all
good.
right.
I've had
That's all
a
right.
long day, but pretty decent. We actually, funny thing is, up here in the mighty Scotland currently, we've got a weather warning.
Why?
So because a lot of the workforce commute and shit to get in, we've all
That happens in most countries, but yeah, go on.
yeah, but as in like we've all been
Wait, so is it just me that lives at my work?
No, we've all been told to just go home.
Andy's at his office.
For the rest of the week and the weekend and everything, because for some
true.
reason it's now at the point where they've closed all the bridges, they've stopped all the trains and everything like that. So
Damn.
working from home.
Fuck, it's a
Woo woo.
Sharknado.
I fucking hope so. That'd be sick.
God damn, man.
What a movie.
So, Andy, about this film that you haven't seen.
Oh yeah, let's back to the point.
Yeah, what? So I've got no idea. What are you talking about?
James, would you care to explain as the resident film fella?
There's a wonderful film in which it's one of those films that basically just takes the piss out of everything, and their butler is he doesn't have two strong hands. That's probably the easiest way to put it. And throughout the film, there's moments where there's like a cake, and the kids are all dipping their fingers into the cake, like my germs. You know, when you're dibsing like slices of cake, going like my germs.
Yeah, like you lick it or something.
He just slams his whole hand into the cake, and he's like my
limply.
germs.
Yeah, and no one wants it.
It's one of those things that's very insensitive now, probably, but it was very funny back then. So, yeah.
Which was it? It was
When was it released? 2019.
Was it a scary movie?
Yeah.
Which one?
Either the first or the second, because that's taking the mick out of the Goonies or the Addams Family, I think.
I think it's the second, because I think the first was the Scream one, right?
Oh
I've
yes,
seen one of
yeah.
the scary
And
movies.
then from
Probably
the
the second.
second one, it just becomes incoherent bollocks.
Oh, I'm quite
That's
sad
why
to
we
hear
love
that,
it.
James, because Leslie Nielsen is in the third one.
Oh, is
And I love me some Leslie Nielsen. He is. I didn't know that. I just found out he is.
Well,
he plays
I mean,
a minor
God's
role,
sake.
I think.
I mean, his films are kind of incoherent
old for that, isn't
bollocks, just jokes after jokes. Like,
It's Leslie. Well, no, it's not actually. Leslie Nielsen was famous for like The Naked Gun and Police Squad, which are fucking hilarious.
They are
But apparently,
brilliant,
he was like a really dedicated like drama actor before that, which is why he's able to stay so serious and deadpan. Is because he's used to doing that. Because he's used to being very serious shows and films, which required people to be very deadpan, very straight faced. And that's why he's so good, because now he just does the same thing, but he just says stupid shit.
like
So
the end of
it's
the Naked Gun one, where they're all standing still, like it's like frozen, and the title's coming up.
Yeah.
But then the monkeys
Oh,
just
yeah.
jumping around.
That's Police Squad, yeah. Police Squad.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like one's like the building's falling on them and stuff, and they're just like pretending not to notice. And it's like,
You can see one person in the back giggling.
There's a guy who plays Nordberg, and he gets like caught full in the face with like a ceiling panel, and he just doesn't move. It's just like fair play.
Fair game.
Fair play.
Beautiful
Alright.
movies.
So
They're great.
speaking of films, actually, you had a topic about a certain movie star.
I did indeed. I have two tales from the internet, which are probably old news at this point, but which I just found out today, and I think are hilarious. So
Enlighten
Shia
us.
LaBeouf,
Star of Holes.
internet sensation.
Great
Out
film.
there just doing it.
Yeah. Even Stevens. So,
Shut the fuck up, man.
And the voice of the main guy in Surf's Up.
Is that true?
Was he really?
Yeah, he plays the main penguin in Surf's Up.
That just sounds like something James has pulled out of his ass.
That
doesn't
definitely
it?
sounds like something where I don't know if that's true, and I'm not going to
fact check it.
verify it.
Look
But
it the fuck up.
I will tell people.
I watched it the other day.
Hang on, I'm doing this.
I watched the found footage
Surf's Up.
documentary that Surf's Up claims to be.
You know,
It's also got like, I'm pretty sure it's
so-
got like Jeff Bridges in it as well.
Oh my
I think
fucking
probably
god, he
good
is.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Surf's
Yeah.
Up was the you know, like the Blair Witch Project. It was, you know,
Our generations. The Blair Witch Project.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Surf's Up was to, you know, kids of the early to mid 2000s.
Also, the theme, not the theme, but like the music in that is so good. We started watching it, and the first song that plays in it is like Holiday by Green Day. And immediately it was like, this is a banger. This is great.
This is the voice of our generation.
Also, Chicken Joe was just off his face
Hero.
the whole time.
Man
When
of
I
the
remember
people.
when it came out, 2007.
Yeah, well,
So I would have been what
10?
10. I would have been 10.
Yeah.
So when that came out, I thought he was just a really laid back guy. Like,
Really chill
He
dude,
was just
you know?
very
then
chill.
you go forward a few later, I'm like, he was stoned, man. Like he was constantly stoned.
He was gone.
Yeah, you guys both first
Oh,
than
you.
me.
Okay, that's
Maybe
all
that
of
was
us
a
then.
Discord problem. Anyway, we'll carry on.
Anyway, so yeah, Tank gets a bit riled up and flakes the competition. And
So anyway,
tries to kick the
Surf's
shit out
Up
of
the
Mav.
movie.
But Mav is the one that's like doing it for Big Z, I think. Big Z. And then, you know,
Yeah.
Ghost is the favourite to win it other than Tank, like the underdog. But then Chicken Joe just whacks all these tricks out of the bag because high people have insane superpowers, apparently, and wins it.
They do.
So there you go. There's the plot to Surf's Up. That's our sponsor for today. Thank you very much.
This film is sponsored by the 2007 film
Surf's Up.
Surf's Up.
I think Surf's Up is probably the reason why Happy Feet was so fucking disappointing.
How dare you?
Because there was no surfing
How
in it. Or very
Dare
limited
you,
surfing.
you take that back about Happy Feet.
Where's the surfboard at, man?
He doesn't need
no-
surfboards because he's got cool tippity tappity toes.
They surf on their tummies.
Exactly.
They don't need the boards.
I'd say it less like a 5-year-old, but yeah.
No, they surf on their tummies is an accurate
They surf
assessment.
on
I
their-
will stand by that.
They surf on their tummy tubs.
Next David Attenborough
Yeah, they
documentary.
do.
And as you can see, the
gnarly.
wild penguins surf on their tum-tums.
They got to avoid the, what is it, pigeons or whatever, the hawks, I don't know. They got to avoid those. What
Yeah.
a gripping film.
Yeah, but that was only a small
Truly
part
the,
of the film, though. I feel like you missed a lot of the film. It was mostly about his wonderful talent,
I'm
not
pretty
him
sure it was
avoiding
only
crows.
about. It was only about the birds and the tummy, right?
I mean,
Those
penguins
the
are
only
birds,
two
so you are
things.
right. Yeah. That's also my favorite.
Chess, mate.
My favorite movie song ever is them singing "Somebody to Love" on the iceberg.
So your
Fun
favorite
fact.
movie song is a song written by
Yep.
not.
Yep, and
is a
sang
cover
by a penguin.
of a real song. Okay. So
Love
what
that.
you're saying is you just like Queen. You don't like.
No,
you
no,
don't
I like the interpretation that the lady in the film does of it.
Oh,
Don't act like this is weird.
The way you're phrasing it is like it's like high art. Like I like the way that they really make parody the song. It's a good pastiche. It's like no, it's a bunch of penguins.
Just the penguins singing it. No. Also, how
Yeah.
can we forget that's the film that the "Don't push me 'cause I'm close to the edge." Like that's what we all remember that from as kids. No, not the actual song.
I just keep thinking Happy Feet implies the existence of unhappy feet and also cautiously optimistic feet as well.
What about boring like normal feet? Like just I'm fine. Got no
All right.
Yeah,
give or take really.
life's good.
Anyway, how do we get from Shia Labeouf to Happy Feet?
Because he was the main guy.
Significantly
Surf's Up.
indifferent feet. It's like, all right.
Also, did you ever watch
Comme si,
Happy?
comme ça.
Did you ever watch Happy
It's
Feet
like,
2?
oh, look, that guy's dancing. Oh, is it good? That's okay.
That's all right.
It's fine, I
Bit
guess.
obnoxious, if
Yeah, I watched
anything.
Happy Feet too. The Happening.
Too happy
The
to
featuring.
feet.
But yes, I did watch Happy Feet too. What
Well,
is that
sequel.
the one where he ends up going into a zoo?
No, that's the first Happy Feet.
Oh, I'm obviously not brushed up on my Happy Feet canon.
Would you like me to recite you the plot of Happy Feet? Because I will.
Yeah, give me all right, in
This could, okay, this
give me the plot of Happy Feet 1 and 2.
this can be the intro, and I will take 20 seconds of your time, and I will do the Happy Feet. Ready? Kid can't sing.
Go.
Everyone else in the colony can sing. That's how they get wives. So he can do tippity tappity toes, but his father and his mother don't want it. He gets a bit of an outcast. He goes on a little journey. He gets chased by a sea leopard or a sea lion or something, and then he meets some little penguins who
Pigeon.
take him to a big penguin who's like the messiah, like. And then he gets kidnapped, or after that, by some researchers, or on like a boat or something, a bit like Nemo. And then he goes to a
Nice.
zoo. He does the tippity tappity. He gets famous on the internet. The people take him back to his civilization where he meets the girl, and then and then he does the tippity tappity toes, teaches people to do the tippity tappity toes, and then they live in happily ever after. Thank you. Good night.
Well, I'm glad we've got that as introduction now.
Fucking hell.
So Shia Labeouf, Charlie, do you want to take us away from Happy Feet?
Please.
I fucking nailed that.
I'd never know.
I did not know you were this invested in Happy Feet lore, if I'm honest with you.
I am actually, yeah.
We've learned something today.
We've all learned something today. So I wanted to talk about, which I'm surprised I hadn't heard of, was in 2017. That was when Trump was in, right? Yeah.
He was.
Shia Labeouf was trying to do some "He Will Not Divide Us" sort of protests, right?
Okay.
And Trump supporters, he was basically live streaming these protests sorts of things, and Trump supporters kept turning up and taking the piss and trying to basically just ruin the whole fucking thing, right?
A
And
bit like they did
Shia
in
LaBeouf
America,
was
to
being-
be fair.
Yeah, and Shia Labeouf was being a little bit of a twat back as well, and all this sort of stuff, right? And it happened a couple times, and then it got interesting. So he decides, instead of having these protests and things like that, because he got kicked out a couple places and it was getting a bit violent, he puts a flagpole, right? He literally gets a flag, and it says "He Will Not Divide Us" on it, right? And he just live streams the flag. Okay, that's all
it.
he does. That's it, right? So that's the end of it.
Is it just like in
it's
his
not-
garden or something?
No. This is the best bit, right? So the people trying to troll him, right, watched the live stream, and they studied flight patterns and cone trails of the airplanes flying overhead. They mapped out what they saw and took their findings to flight radars to try and get a general area. And then once they got that, they studied the star patterns and their movements. And then saw a tweet that LaBeouf sent in a Tennessee diner. So they narrowed it to a small patch of land between a house and a river, right? And then they got a bloke who lived in the area to drive around and repeatedly honk his horn. And yeah,
Thought
right?
out.
Echolocation.
Yeah, and then on the stream they heard the horn, right? And they were like, yeah, go, like try and go this way. And he went up and he pulled it down.
What the
and they
horn
put
guy?
up a red Trump hat.
Do you know what? Fair play to the lads.
Yeah, like,
That
And
if you're
that
gonna go all
is-
in, go all in.
and do you know how long all that took them?
2 weeks.
I'm guessing it's going to be like dumb quick, like
It's
a week. Yeah, like less.
37 hours.
Guys, I wish I was half as committed as they are to pulling down some guy's flag.
Bloody hell.
37 hours.
I love that.
Get that.
I mean,
I
fair
just-
enough. Like, this guy-
Just
I mean,
thought,
that is fair enough.
yeah,
and
you
I just
can't
wanted
really
to bring
knock it
that
at
to your
point,
guys'
can you?
attention. Because I just thought, how have I not heard of this? Because this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
You just got to take the L there if you're Shia. You just got to be like,
Do you imagine he got back and just went,
that
cool.
fair.
Fair enough.
He goes,
All right.
"Who the fuck took this down? I only put this up 2 days ago."
Guess I'm moderately annoyed feet now.
Yeah,
so, not even 2 days ago.
That's mad.
that's so funny.
Didn't even
I wanna,
last 2 days.
I wonder what like that group of people could achieve if it was like something productive. Like,
yeah, genuinely.
like there's a hurricane and they need to like clear up some like debris. Nah.
You say debris.
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 Brie Larson when she wakes up.
Debris
Shut
debut.
up, it's debris.
Debut or debut?
Debut.
Pardon?
Debut. And debris.
Debut,
no?
yeah. Debris. You, me, and debris. Debris?
That's it.
Is it
Yeah.
debris?
You mean
You've said
debris?
it so many times, it doesn't sound like a real word anymore.
Debris. It's just not real. There is no such thing. I'm gonna hear it on the news. I'm gonna go, nah.
No.
That's not it. That's not it, mate. No.
Actually,
But,
speaking of Brie Larson,
That is fascinating.
Oh, God.
Indeed.
this such a massive.
She actually stole Shia LaBeouf's flag. It was wild.
Crazy, man. She's actually a really heavy Trump supporter.
We'd have known.
So obviously, Charlie, you've been watching through the MCU films recently.
I have.
And there was the new
Very
release
exciting.
trailers of Doctor Strange, Moon Knight,
Yes, there were.
and things like that, all of which look amazing. And so
Yep.
it brought along the discussion of, I would argue that Brie Larson as Captain Marvel is probably the worst casting of the big superheroes in the franchise.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Are you asking us? Or? Yeah.
it's an open question, but
No, he's telling us.
I can't think of anyone else that I would cast above her. So now it's a question to you of, who would you consider the worst casting in the big group? And if you could replace them, who would you replace them with?
I would replace Robert Downey Jr. No, I wouldn't.
That guy was trash. Iron Man, Iron Bad. No, I
is
don't.
Who would you replace, though?
Well, that's it.
I don't know.
Because they're all so set now. But I because a lot of people didn't like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, which I mean, it's kind of fair enough. But
Is that them not liking how they did the character? Is that them not liking?
I think it's a
Brie
bit of
Larson.
both.
Her. Because I didn't know anything about the character or her, and I watched Captain Marvel, and I was like, that's all right.
I know
So-
who would be a good replacement for Brie Larson. Would be Cloverfield Lane. That woman. She was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I can't remember.
I think that might be Brie Larson.
No. Brie Larson was in that. She was in that, which is why I thought of this person.
I think there's one person who can replace Brie Larson. That would be Brie Larson. I reckon. She's
Alter
pretty good.
ego.
She's got a really good career behind her.
Oh, this is gonna grind my gears. I need to hold on. Entertain the
So
people
what? She
while
was
I
in
Google.
she was in Cloverfield Lane with the big fella. I can never remember his name.
With John Goodman.
Yeah, that's the
Is
one.
that his name?
Yeah.
John Goodman, yeah.
And she was also in Scott Pilgrim. Was she the
Mary
girl?
Elizabeth Winstead.
Oh, her.
Yeah, the one with the short hair in Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
She.
Hold up.
Oh,
She was in Sky High. Yeah, get her in.
She was.
Get
Get
in
There
Sky
is.
High.
Get her in.
Sky,
Who did she play in Sky High?
Sky High and Happy Feet.
We are rolling back the
She
years.
played the love interest, didn't she?
What a resume.
Did she?
I don't know. I said that confidently, but I got
Yeah.
no clue.
Oh wait,
She played Gwen Grayson. I googled that. I
That's
didn't know that
basically
off-
just
off the
Gwen
top of the head.
Stacy, isn't it? And like,
she was in,
Dick Grayson.
She was in the Thing as well.
The remake,
So
I assume.
she's yeah, 2011.
Is that the one where...
And she's also in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
You see, perfect for the Captain Marvel role.
Yeah.
I think she's more seen as a scream queen though. The ones who do like horror films and
yeah.
stuff. She was in Final Destination 3 and Black Christmas
Nah,
and Death Proof, stuff like that.
so maybe not her, Andy. Good suggestion, but go fuck yourself.
yourself.
I mean, just on the Sky High role alone, I'd still put it in.
Yeah.
I can't remember what her powers were in Sky High, but she's already used to the hero mantle.
Yeah, and that takes
but-
like with the public eye that comes on you from films like Sky High, she'd be ready for the Marvel fans' hysteria.
Because everyone remembers how the Sky the Sky High actors had a really difficult problem
Really
with
tough
fame.
time, yeah.
Directly after
It was them,
the
Macaulay
film.
Culkin and Zac Efron, that really had a tough time.
All that, and only a few, Zach did all right, but everyone else just.
Couldn't get away from the paparazzi.
I swear there's a
I really
few
wanna watch Sky
actors
High
that are
now.
still working in Sky High.
Yeah, when I actually surprised, I recognised a surprising amount of them when I googled Sky High. One of them
Is there not a spin-off now?
Fuck what?
Sky Low.
Land Low.
Sky Low with the third one.
Land
Sky
Low.
Too Slow.
Oh dear.
Disney needs to invest. But,
Disney should
produced
really
by Andrew
invest
Gunn.
in... Who's Andrew Gunn?
Didn't he do? Oh no,
No.
he did.
No, he
I'm thinking
didn't.
of James
I
Gunn.
knew you were about to say, didn't
I'm
you do
thinking of
Guardians of the
James Gunn.
Galaxy?
Yeah, that's what I think. I was like, fuck, he went from Sky High to Guardians.
Yeah, but
No,
Still
fun
squeezed
fact-
in Scooby Doo in the meantime.
Yeah. Did you know that Taika Waititi directed 3 episodes of The American In-Betweeners?
No, I didn't.
Oh no, I didn't, but
Yeah.
that's sad.
Mad, isn't it?
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. That's every
Oh.
time
And he
we have
started at the very bottom.
Oh, the very bottom. Yeah.
Before we move on from Sky High, the guy who produced Sky High also produced the new Cruella film.
Oh, name?
Cruella.
Cruella. No. His
Andrew
name.
Gunn. And
Oh, right,
he
you
did.
said it.
I would argue The Rock's best ever film, released in
Tooth
2008.
Fairy.
Can anybody?
Tooth Fairy.
I was also thinking Tooth Fairy. Yeah, that's probably his actual best film. No, it was The Race to Witch Mountain. I don't know
What
if you.
a film. That's where the meme of
What a
the
terrible
Rock
film.
like comes from.
Yeah,
In the car.
Oh, I've never seen it.
where he's got hair and it looks just kind of
It's
odd.
really odd, yeah.
But
That's a phenomenal
what a
film,
film.
that. Yeah.
terrible film.
Oh, we should-
I remember watching that when I was a kid, and I even thought, "Hey, I'm 11, and I know this is a bad film. Like this isn't good."
Very critical at 11 years old.
Yeah.
No.
Usually the standards are quite low, but
I have to agree that The Tooth Fairy is his best film.
Whilst we're talking about films, though, I sent this to James before. You've seen Into the Spider-Verse, Andy?
I have indeed.
Yeah. There's the scene. I guess it's like it's not a thing, but the coming of age scene where Miles Morales does his little parkour bit and actually wears the suit and stuff. Fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Sick,
Fucking
innit?
good scene.
So
I love
good.
that scene.
That whole film
It's
is
amazing.
so pretty.
It is.
Just so pretty.
brilliant.
And the second one's coming out May?
There's a second one coming out.
Yeah, there's two.
It's coming out
there's
May?
Two.
Are they?
God damn.
Two. It's a single story, 2 parts, 1 year apart, I believe. So
Interesting.
very
Is that-
sick.
Is that coming out? Is it doing what? I can't remember the first one did this, but is it doing that thing where it comes out in the US and then doesn't come out anywhere else for ages?
I would hope not. I think they only did that because they didn't know about what the success rate was going to be of that type of film.
Yeah.
So they kind of
Yeah, that's
delayed
fair
it a little bit. But they do that with, they used to do that with all the Marvel films. They used to come out like 2-3 days earlier in the US.
What, in the US?
Yeah. So, I think it was all the original before Avengers had like a 2-day, 3-day period, or even like a week where people could just spoil it for everyone. So
It's a bit dead, especially if film, series that big. At that rate, it just feels like it's personal. You know what? We're just not going to give it to them
yeah.
for 24 hours,
Well,
just so
isn't,
they can't
no-
use social media at all.
But No Way Home isn't going to come out on like Netflix or anything like that, is it? It's coming out on some fucking
Disney
US
Plus.
based one. Like the
Maybe.
first, like
Was that on what? Sorry.
no, it's not on Disney Plus at first, though. I don't think.
It might be like Hulu
the
or
Spider-Man
something.
one are weird because they're owned by Sony, so it's whatever. Because
Yeah, but it's a
Spider-Man
mixed
is
thing now,
one of the
isn't
few
it?
ones you can watch on Netflix.
Yeah, but
It's a
that's
what?
the original ones where it wasn't a split decision. That was when Sony fully owned Spider-Man. But nowadays,
Well, like with
it's,
Toby and stuff.
yeah, nowadays it's split between the merchandising and so it's something along the lines of all the merchandising and 10% of the film profit goes to Marvel and Disney,
fair.
and then Sony get everything else.
Okay, that makes sense
So,
a little bit.
I think it's something like
tell you
that.
what, yeah. Watching the like most recent Tom Holland, the last Tom Holland one, I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a great film. I was a bit gutted. You know the scene when they're all of the pieces are.
Oh, hang on.
It's been out for ages at this
we
point.
have to put a spoiler tab before it. Not long enough.
They're all there in the same room and they're in like a lab
Yeah,
and they do that thing where they, you know, the Spider-Man meme of
yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're pointing
yeah.
at each other. Andrew Garfield does that.
yeah.
And only one guy, the cinema I was in was completely packed. There was only one guy in the cinema that like reacted to that at all. He went, ha, and everyone else was just silent. I was like, I got you. I understand you.
They threw in so
guy was
many
me.
little moments of just like complete
Yeah.
fan service. They're just like Tom Holland being like, "Oh, speaking about the Avengers," and the other two are like, "What's that? Is that a band?"
Yeah.
Like so many tiny
Yeah.
little things.
It's
that,
cool,
like,
you're in a
"Oh,
band."
sick." Like,
Yeah.
I'm gassed
was,
to see where they
nah.
take that because they leave it really open ended
yeah.
to like new characters like Mary Jane and Miles Morales and like Gwen Stacy.
Do you know what it does
and,
mean?
What?
It means I think they've kind of fucked themselves with this. Because now, so Tom Holland, I
James
don't know if
is
he will be.
questioning.
I think they have. Not in a. I think it doesn't have to, but so let's say this is Tom Holland's last film. I don't know if it is. But let's say it is.
He'll have the next Avengers or Young Avengers or something like that.
Isn't he doing 3 more films, though? I thought.
would
Spider-Man.
I thought this was his last one.
I think it was confirmed he's
I
doing 3
reckon,
more.
I reckon they'll
think.
wait until
that's fine.
Miles Morales is fully set up and then chop off Tom Holland.
'Cause-
Miles Morales will carry on as Spider-Man.
Because what I was going to say is because now they've established that these three all of the Spider-Men that we've known for the past 20 years, they are in parallel universes Spider-Men. So that means that if in this universe that all of the Avengers stuff is happening in, Tom Holland says out, like he's out, they're going to have to find a really weird way of explaining, if they want Spider-Man in it, of how a Spider-Man from a different universe
No, because
is going to come in and...
surely they don't need to find a really weird way
It'd
of
be
explaining
Miles.
it because they've already
It'd be
done
Miles.
it. They've already found
It'd
a
be Miles
really weird
Morales.
way that parallel universes exist. In Doctor Strange coming up, fucking, I can't remember what her name is. The young lass in the film, essentially her power.
Young lass.
Her power is she can.
Wonder.
No.
In the Spider-Man film.
No, in the Doctor Strange film.
No,
coming
they're
up,
true.
It's not Miss Marvel. It's
I
somebody.
don't
I'll
know.
look it up quickly. But basically, her power is she can punch through to parallel universes. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
she's
Oh, well,
gonna
there you
come
go.
through from a parallel universe into the Doctor Strange universe, or the like MCU one, let's call it, and will exist
Yeah.
and have this whole thing of Wanda will be like, oh, you fucked me off. And they'll have all this whole squabbledy, but she can punch
That's
through
perfect impression, by the
universes,
way.
essentially.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Maybe.
But also,
maybe
if they did-
Sword.
If they did 3 more Spider-Man films, you got Venom is now in their universe from the end credits scene. You've got Miles Morales being introduced potentially because they got his uncle in there, and they've got a potential Hobgoblin
Yeah.
for Ned because he doesn't know who Peter Parker is anymore. So there are, there's like
Flash
3 villains
Gordon
off the
as-
bat.
Yeah, Flash Gordon as Venom would be really sick as well. Because why would you cast
That'd
Tony
be cool.
Rivolori to just be some background like Flash? If he became like Flash Gordon, that'd be awesome.
But because then you have like immediately you got like Venom, you got the Prowler, and you got Hobgoblin like straight off the bat without even really trying. Like that's what's set up to potentially happen.
And in these new films, they don't have to have 47 villains in them every single time. It can just be one individual. Like I reckon, I'm starting to think that Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse, Wanda is going to be the villain.
Wanda.
I reckon she's going to be the main villain.
Probably. I mean, she went a bit loopy-loo with a...
Well, in Doctor Strange, it looks like there's two Wandas, doesn't there? Well, it looks like there's
two Doctor Stranges.
One which...
three.
From the trailer, it sort of looks as if... Oh, there's three, because there's a zombie Wanda and a zombie Doctor Strange. Yeah. And then it looks like there's like
4 Doctor Stranges,
a Wanda... and then there's the Wanda who looks really... like, who's got the costume on, and in the trailer she's greeting a Wanda who's dressed in plain clothes, so it's like maybe that's the one that had a nice life with vision.
Wanda.
I reckon there's going to be a whole thing of Wanda's going to try go find her kids, or there's a parallel Wanda that's trying to find the kids that she had in her dream, when she created the universe, where she had like Billy and whatever the other one's name is, where she
I haven't seen WandaVision, but
one's going to go find the other ones. Right, that was a massive spoiler, then enjoy that.
I wasn't listening properly, it's alright.
She's going to go try find her kiddies, which is going to kick off all the universe just turn into shit.
Melting apart.
Of which the Wanda and Iron universe will try and help Strange stop it all. So it could be a whole... could be a whole fun one. But yeah, we've got like 4 Doctor Stranges, because we've got Doctor Strange... evil Doctor Strange that we had in What If.
Strange Supreme,
Defender Strange, and
Dr. Pepper.
If we got a zombie, and Dr. Pepper.
It's all over the place.
Right,
it's going to be good. It's going to be really good, I think. And of course, Tom Cruise's Tony Stark.
Imagine.
This is the thing. It actually might be.
The character's name is America Chavez. There you go.
Okay, cool name.
She can move through.
See, this is the thing, Andy, because James has read all the comics and stuff, right? So, like, James sent me a paragraph of the characters he thought might be in this, and he mentioned a couple. I was like, I haven't heard of them. I'm just going to blank right over that lot. And that's what I just did when James was talking just then. He started talking about a bunch of shit, and I was just like, I haven't seen this. I'm just going to sit here and be
I don't know what's happening.
I'm just going to mentally log out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did.
Here's Happy Feet and logs back in.
Yeah, hang on.
His feet were so happy.
You say that, but if Cody comes through and he's the Silver Surfer, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit.
Silver Surfer.
That'd be really dope,
films.
Though. Well, do you know what? The Fantastic Four films, I really don't think are that bad. Everyone kind of slates them. I was a bit like...
Hot take.
Yeah, like... I don't think they were that bad.
They were fine. Like one of those films where it's like,
adequate feet.
They were right. Yeah.
Andy, it's all about the adequate feet on this one.
Yeah. It's just like
neither hit nor miss. Like, they're all right.
They're definitely one of those films where
Fantastic Four film
if I saw
post
it in
the
cinema,
originals was fucking horrendous with like Miles Teller and people.
I've not even seen those. I've not even seen those.
Well, it was just one because it was so bad. So they just tried to do the origin story again with Doom, and it just didn't work.
So they tried to do X-Men Origins Wolverine, and it didn't work. Or it did work.
So there was the thing. This is the paragraph. It's the paragraph that James sent me of characters, right? Reed Richards, and I had to do a double take. I was like, "Who's that?" Oh, Fantastic Four. Okay, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Iron Man. I know that is Black Panther. Hank Pym, okay. Big old Baldy, which I guess was Patrick Stewart. Big old Baldy.
Charles Xavier.
And Black Adam. And I thought, I don't know who Black Adam is. I'm just going to skip over that.
No, Black Atom. It was supposed to be Atom. Wait, I can't
remember. Adam.
It's just my mate Black Adam. Yeah, we got Italian. Yeah, we got Italian Adam.
It wasn't supposed to be Black Adam because he's DC. Like. Oh no! It wasn't actually even Black Adam. It was supposed to be Black Bolt, because I was talking about the Illuminati. I was talking about the Illuminati being in the film, which is comprised of all these people.
I don't know. Who's Adam?
Well, maybe I was chatting to an Adam at the time.
Black Adam is a film coming out though.
Yeah, because that's DC with
I'm
Dwayne.
confused. I'm confused though. He's DC, but he's originally a Marvel character.
No.
James got some mad insider knowledge he's not telling us about.
He's Captain Marvel of the DC comics, and is an upcoming film produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Black Adam.
Captain Marvel
It's about
of the
Drive.
DC comics.
It's about Adam.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson's playing Black Adam.
Yeah. But
why is there a Captain Marvel in the DC comics who's different to the Captain Marvel in the Marvel comics?
Do they not mean he's the Captain Marvel of the DC comics?
A lot of their comics have kind of similar names. So, like, Wade Wilson, Deadpool, that is a complete... Because when DC were creating heroes, they accused Marvel of stealing heroes, which they
ran out of names.
100% did. And DC made a character called Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. And so, to take the piss, Marvel went, hey, let's make Wade Wilson Deadpool. And so just did it.
Nice.
And so, like,
Okay.
there's like...
I actually knew that because I've seen the epic rap battles of history. That's
a throwback, that is.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
What a...
And you also mentioned Doctor Doom, right?
Yeah, boy.
What was the DC... Was it...
James is a massive Doctor Doom stan.
Nah, Doctor Doom is badass, man.
What was the fucking... There was
Mask.
There was a game which was kind of like Mortal Kombat.
Lego Racers?
But it would have been... Might have been, yeah. And that had Doctor Doom in it, and that is
all the heroes
extent.
just beating the shit out of each other, yeah. There's a Capcom.
That is the extent of my knowledge of...
No,
I don't know if it was Injustice.
Injustice was like a fighting game and shit, but it didn't have Doctor Doom in it.
That wasn't what I was thinking of. But I remember playing that for PS2, and it was all like, side-scrolling.
Because it combined all the, like, X-Men.
I think Alien was in it.
And stuff.
I'm pretty sure Alien was in it. Something like Alien.
That were in Capcom.
I don't think it was Alien.
Mate, I just want to say, all of these games got nothing on Piglet's Big Adventure.
Jesus Christ.
That game fucked me up. There was a part where you had to navigate around some heffalumps, and I couldn't play that
Heffalumps
until I was about 19 years old on PS2.
What?
Oh, damn, man.
Piglet's... I think it's called Piglet's Big Adventure. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is called Big Adventure.
This is fully like when we started talking about Lego Island and things.
we played Lego Racers, James. I remember playing Lego Racers.
Lego Racers was sick. Great game. Yeah. It was called Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah. And so you had characters like, Apocalypse, Black Panther, Blackheart.
I'm curious as to who I thought was Alien.
What, Alien actual?
Absolutely shit.
Just put the cover art.
Piglet's Big Game is what it's called. What a game.
What a game.
This is where it's one of those things where I've got it at home and turns out it's worth like £2,000.
Yeah.
Because like, what the fuck?
I did think that about like
game.
all the old games used to have like the old PC. Because a lot of emulators you can't actually find. Like I was saying about the, Lego Racer and stuff. So I reckon there'd be quite a lot of money to get that back installed on something.
Probably.
Some of the names on this fucking lineup are amazing, by the way.
What ones?
Marvel vs. Capcom. The fact that you can have... No, not fucking Piglet. The fact that you can have like a... You got like Black Widow and Captain America, and then there's just Phoenix Wright in this. Do either of you know what Phoenix Wright is?
Not a clue.
No, it sounds like a law firm.
He's a lawyer. Yeah, he's a lawyer. It's literally like a court game. Solving.
Is that the thing where that meme comes from?
The meme.
The objection.
In the courtroom?
Yeah, that's Phoenix Wright. Yeah, that's Phoenix Wright. It's the objection and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's where that comes from. So the fact that he's in the same game as like
just going.
You have been denied bail.
You have been stopped.
You have lost custody of your kids.
Oh. Just ultra sad.
Oh, brilliant.
The fact that he's going up against Magneto is funny to me for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It seems a bit unfair, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Also, speaking of video games, before the podcast, Charlie mentioned something about a very popular video game.
I did.
Which absolutely caught my attention.
Oh, truly.
And I would like to hear.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about
This
it.
is something that he does in his free time.
Yeah.
What, read BBC News? Don't out me as a boring cunt, James. Don't do that.
I was thinking more
No,
of it.
the thing you're about to say, I think, is worse.
This is this is a BBC News article I read yesterday. The headline is "The Children's Game with a Sex Problem." I'm of course talking about Roblox.
Peppa Pig.
Also, I'm sorry. What an article headline! Like you're
I
gonna
know,
read
right?
that.
That is
Like,
just that pulls you right in.
Wow.
And the opening what is this? Opening 4 sentences really, really sell this for me, right?
Nice.
And I quote:
Roblox.
this concept, just metaversal.
Yeah.
A naked man wearing just a dog collar and a lead is led across the floor by a woman in a bondage outfit.
Patch.
2 strippers dance next to a bar. A group has gathered around a couple openly having sex and watching and occasionally commenting. One man is wearing a Nazi uniform.
Yo, kids be crazy.
If this doesn't sum up, if this doesn't sum up internet gaming, I don't know what does. I don't know what will.
Also, I feel this is one of those things where like, just the person writing this article probably didn't like. They obviously didn't play Modern Warfare 2 in 2009 or whatever.
There
it
was
was
some mad
But
shit said on that game.
But it's what they've got. What it says is, right. So there's apparently Roblox sex games, which are commonly referred to on the platform as condos. So I've heard.
Oh come on!
Charlie's
you got to
acting
call it
coy
Roblox.
like he doesn't know what it is.
There's,
Roblox.
there's that would have been great actually.
Yeah, come on.
The spaces generated by users.
No, what was that? You can't just play that off like that was good. You can't say Rocox and then do. I'm gonna do that from now on. Just read.
Okay, no, I do actually need to explain. I can smell a lot of smoke in my room right now.
Oh.
The government.
So that
told
was
you a
that was
Roblox
why
server.
suddenly
He's not
I was
actually
just like,
reading a headline. He's just carbon monoxide poisoning slowly taking over.
give me a second. I do actually just need to check this. There's a very strong smell of smoke in the house right now.
This is where Charlie's like, all right, okay, let me just minimize my Roblox tab that I got open at the side. Sorry, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Takes off his Nazi uniform.
I've never actually played Roblox. What is it?
I
James.
haven't played it either.
Okay, I think there's a fire up in the hills. We're all good. Okay.
Wonderful.
Doesn't sound like you are. That sounds bad.
Koalas are fucked
Okay.
again.
Anyway,
So
more importantly,
there's spaces.
Roblox.
Okay, these condos are spaces generated by users where people can talk about sex and where they advertise a virtual sex. And it's got a picture, right? It's got a screenshot, and it's got like this like the behind of a Roblox figure, and the chat thing above them just says, "Who wanna sex?" And it was just like
That's that Club Penguin flirting. I like it.
literally
No, you get
is.
banned for that.
Yeah. It
Where
literally
them all.
is.
Have you seen that screenshot where it's like, "Look, you've been banned for using an inappropriate phrase. Where are all these sexy penguin bitches at?" That's the kind of level that Roblox is now transcended into.
I'm confused because what does this game look like? Because
Yeah, what is
is this a
I thought
realistic
Roblox
game?
was like
is
a
this,
PvP thing.
Is this
No,
like
it's kind of like Habbo Hotel, I guess. Like I don't know how best to.
Is
No,
it-
it's not. It's not. It's like
Is it like first person?
Is it like
don't even know.
PS5 role playing?
if I share screens, sharing screens and
Oh,
shit.
that yeah,
Fucking
yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. I
Discord,
can look up.
Just a
Roblox.
fuck ton of Roblox porn comes up. Sorry, guys, this is embarrassing.
Sorry, everyone.
Who want to
Oh,
sex?
it's like
Good.
Minecraft with Legos.
Yeah, that's what this is.
This is mental.
Yeah,
Is it blurred in the game?
no,
I was going to say Roblox is actually doing. They're looking after
They've
their
got
younger,
censorship.
their youths.
yeah.
No, that is bonkers. What?
Which, I
That
knew
looks
it was
like Cond-
bad on Roblox. I'd heard the rumors, I'd heard the whispers on like Twitter
Yeah.
and shit that there was some dodgy shit happening on Roblox. I didn't realize it was this bad.
That's really funny though.
But
Oh,
also,
yeah.
aren't they just like essentially like Lego characters looking motherfuckers? So
Yeah.
how do you even like make that?
You just
I
shift
suppose
next to someone.
You know what? I don't want to know.
Right.
Well, like Minecraft.
Yeah, clearly.
Much of what is written on chats in condos is unprintable in a grown-up news website, let alone a children's game.
God, who wrote this article?
These has got to be
Roblox wanted to emphasise to the BBC that condos are often difficult to find on the platform. But the BBC found inappropriate sexual language in legitimate games too.
I love
just
I'd
love
love
the
to be
idea of
the researcher for the BBC who's gone in and tried to find like condos.
I also would love to be the representative for Roblox who got that email and is like, oh fuck, I've got to
Kids are fucking on your game.
respond to this
Thoughts?
now.
but like,
Oh, I don't know.
but like, can you imagine just like assigning that to someone you don't like in the office? It's like go and try and invade a sex chat room on Roblox. Just like walks in, just someone just prepared to do a day of journalism, just goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
They're like, so boss, it's a Russia-Ukraine today, right? Nah, mate. Underage kids on Roblox. that is what it is. This is what the people want to know.
Is this the start of the metaverse? Is people going onto Roblox
If it is,
to fuck the
I
start
think it's
of
a
the
good
metaverse?
representation. It's a good representation of the metaverse for sure, because
Yeah.
people don't care anymore. They're not anonymous.
Well, people have
they
been-
are anonymous.
People
Sorry,
have been doing this
so they
for
can
years,
just do whatever
though,
they want.
haven't they? On like,
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
other games.
This is what Mark Zuckerberg has been dying for.
Oh, I thought
Hey,
you meant
guys.
actual Mark Wahlberg, not Marky Mark and
No,
the Funky Bunch.
not from the Funky Bunch. No.
Mark Zuckerberg always looks as if he's an alien pretending to be a human, though, and I don't know
Oh,
quite how he does it.
Have you
a
guys
lizard
seen
man.
Have you seen the reveal trailer for that Meta, what it's called
Yeah.
now, released for the metaverse? I don't know how to describe it, but Mark Zuckerberg's avatar looks more like Mark Zuckerberg
Than Mark
Mark
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg looks like Zuckerberg. I'm like, wow, they nailed his
Yeah.
like entire tone.
I only remember seeing the
His skin tone is
Instagram.
that color.
What was it?
He looks like Pete Davidson got a little bit of sun.
And he's just like really dried out.
Dusty.
Dusty. He does look dusty.
I just remember the one where they had
Not even
like
God.
filters come out. I think it was on like Instagram or something like that. And he had the most awkward reveal like ever. It's like new filters come out. This one's my favorite.
It
Good
doesn't-
job, team.
It doesn't
And it was
recognise
just
his
like-
face as a human.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how like sometimes you see someone like on TV or in a movie and you're like, is this somebody like pointing a gun to their head? Why are they acting like that?
Yeah, exactly.
In Mark's world, it's the other way around. All the cameramen have guns pointed to their head, and he's just there like,
Let's make a film.
come on, guys.
It just sound like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, that was.
That's
more
what Mark
calming.
Zuckerberg sounds like.
It's a shockingly good Kermit the Frog impression when you're going for Mark Zuckerberg.
Either
Come to the real founder of the metaverse, Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
I wanna-
Would you
I wanna
would
be
you
in it.
consider
Oh.
like getting like the metaverse stuff and things like that?
No.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. If
Really?
I have a headset, I won't live in it, but I'm definitely gonna go in it at least once.
I
wanna
straight
see
up
what
thought
it's-
you were about to be like, I'm fucking.
You get me on that Roblox server.
Can you imagine though, just like metaverse, right? And then it's just like it's a bunch of people with VR headsets on, just like y'all ever heard of briefing?
They're like,
Someone goes into their metaverse house and a window's missing. You know, just like
all of the house is just made of dirt.
Yeah.
what was the one I saw? It's just like you shoplift. What was it? You shoplift in real life, and it's like I shoplift from the metaverse Walmart. We are not the same.
Yeah.
It could
There's
be.
levels to this bitch.
That could be in the advert of would you steal a car? Would you download a car?
You wouldn't steal from the metaverse Walmart.
You'd steal someone's NFT from their house.
I just right-click save your house in the metaverse, so it's mine now.
Technically, it's mine.
Oh fuck!
I wonder if it is actually going to be all crypto based. I'd imagine so in the metaverse.
I don't think it's gonna be a thing.
I'm not going near it with a fucking 10-foot barge pole
yeah.
because it's just pointless. It's pointless. It's like I spent so much money on a house in the metaverse. It's like you spent it on nothing. It doesn't exist. It's physically nothing.
But what if in the metaverse it's not about like buying houses and stuff, but it's about like you could go to work in the metaverse and create things in the metaverse that then get sold. And so in real life you're just putting a headset on as your work.
This is like the Matrix, but we're willingly plugging ourselves in.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
That's what it is.
I can't wait to
It's
get
Give me
literally
that
what it is.
Amazon drone meat product, that's gonna feed me. I'll be wearing my my gamer diaper. I can't wait.
It's
got fingerless gloves on.
Shit my guts out. Yeah.
It's gonna be fuking Wall-E. It's gonna be Wall-E, but with VR headsets. That's literally what it's gonna be.
And not nearly as endearing as Wall-E.
Just hanging out.
right into our
veins. Yeah. Cheetos in one.
What's wrong with him? I don't know. We've been giving him nachos and Mountain Dew, and he's not improving.
I would, I'd rate going on a ship if we could travel like to a different planet or something. I really don't want to. I can't be bothered with all this space travel. It's going to be so beyond us. But like, it would be really cool to be on a ship like that and just rocking about like Wall-E. Not, as fat, but just living.
Wait,
life
are we talking
on a
about?
ship.
Are we still talking in the metaverse or in real life?
No, just like real life.
Actually, do you know?
I'd love that.
One thing I will do if the metaverse kicks off and the metaverse takes off and becomes this huge thing. You know what I'm going to do?
Go on Roblox.
I'm going to become a burglar.
Just steal.
Everyone's
Everyone's
plugged in, and there's just be people just like laughing and joking and doing things. Meanwhile, I'm rifling through their shit.
Meanwhile, just
like taking everything because they can't hear anything. I'll do it in the middle of the fucking day. No one's gonna notice.
You're the type of guy that waits till football players are on the TV to go nick something from their house.
Like Reece James.
Yeah. I'm not, but there's an opportunity, and they took it. You know where he's going to be.
Fair play to the lads. At the end of the day,
that's a bit different. It's slightly different, right? Because I will be in their house at the same time as they're in their house. So if I get caught, I can just say, no, let me in. He's not going to know. He's still on the headset, so I can just tell him to let me in.
He might have just done it in the game and thought it was real life.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be people within months that won't be able to separate it.
He's having a good time, man.
Yeah.
He's just visiting his mate's house in Roblox. He's having a great time.
Getting a striptease.
Eyes just
wide open.
Just hasn't blinked.
It's like what was did you watch the Black Mirror episode that was
is that the one where it's like the Star Trek
the
one?
USS something? Yeah.
I haven't watched Black Mirror.
Oh, it's very good.
Any?
It's very good. I would highly recommend it. There'll be episodes that you'll find boring, and that's just a fact, but it is very good.
I have heard it's pretty good, so I need to watch it. And I haven't watched Stranger Things either. I need to watch that.
Wow.
But what was this?
I'd say Black Mirror is probably first.
What was this Black Mirror thing?
Oh, so it's basically an episode where a guy is creating a game thing where you put it in your ear and it's like VR. You go within this game and you exist and you can create all these different things. But
it's what the metaverse will be.
Yeah, but he's got because he's like the main programmer of it, so he's got a separate one that he can use, and he can take people's DNAs and obviously recreate them within the game. And so
just
people
what they're doing with the vaccines. Sorry, carry on.
Great band, by the way.
The 5G's killing us all. Sorry.
And the birds. Fuck the birds. But basically, he takes people that have wronged him and puts them in the game so he can do shit to them essentially. And so people who are taking the piss out of him, he can take them in the game and make them, I don't know, really ugly so he can take the piss out of them, kind of thing. It's like a power trip, but it's a really good episode. Very good.
It's very, very.
But obviously, I chose the weakest thing that he did to the people that he put in the game, because obviously he does some pretty
nasty stuff.
Bad stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, he got them to set up a Roblox server, but by God, they want.
But only made one of them an actual human.
Yeah,
The rest were just squabbling.
And he took
robots.
And he took away the log out button.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point.
Stuck
They
in
can't
there.
leave, so he can take it out and leave, but they've got to live in there the whole time, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So like,
it's beautiful.
I'd just take the headset off.
No, you can't.
no, they can't because they're not real people. They exist within the game as AI.
They're AI.
Yeah.
Oh.
So rather than
Yeah,
just putting a mask on someone and just going, "Ha, you're stuck in my game," he recreates their DNA as an artificial intelligence within his game.
Yeah.
So hence why they can't leave, and,
And,
he can do whatever he wants.
And that was our review of the Black Mirror episode, whatever that was.
Season
Great.
four,
The thing with the
episode 3.
whole.
I've no idea, mate.
Or maybe
But,
season
it's,
3.
The thing with the
good.
whole metaverse that I find quite funny is like we can't get people to stop bullying each other on like Twitter and shit like that. And all the metaverse is doing is letting you do it, but like almost physically. You know what I mean?
One step away from just
Now you've got the
abuse.
chat, and now you've got someone walking around next to you as well. You can see the person bullying you. You know, it's like
Big sad.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like what
it's
is
stupid.
the
It's stupid. They're not taking it into account.
I suppose what is the like end goal of it?
We live in it.
Get everyone
we
online.
do everything on it.
Yeah, we live in it. I think they're pitching it as it's a place where you can work and stuff like that, but I don't really want to work like that anyway.
Yeah, there'll be a
And
lot.
I
Of,
don't know how many people would.
The
I think you have
first
to be
thing
quite
that will move
antisocial
over
to
is
want to
like-
work like that.
Yeah, the first thing they'll move over is just like stock trading. Because if you can just trade crypto within the metaverse, all you do is you wake up in the morning, you put your headset on, you go to work. You know, like it's so
That's
easy.
mad.
It's so easy to do. You just put the
Yeah.
trading system was in the game. It's done. It's not even a game at that point, really, is it? It's just fucking life.
No.
It's like Second Life. Did any of you play that? I've heard of that.
Yeah, I
Heard
have
of it,
heard of
so-
it. I haven't played it, but I heard of it.
It's kind of like the GTA 5 roleplay servers before that was a thing.
Before Roblox took
and
over.
before King Roblox took over. But no, that is some kids. I almost want to download Roblox now because I really don't understand.
Don't say that after saying.
Oh, really? Do you?
kids.
No, unrelated to the weird sex stuff. Because I have no
He added
concept
hastily.
of what Roblox. I have no concept of what it is.
I'm gonna check your
Like, I
Steam
know it's
account
hugely
afterwards
popular.
to see if you've got it.
You check
400 hours.
7,000 hours played. yeah.
6 condos owned.
I'm actually one of the earlier, donators. But
Beta tester.
yeah, no, I've got.
Yeah, beta's a good way
No
to
clue.
describe it.
It's
How
just
dare you.
it's just weird. I mean, like, go back to like Club Penguin though, which was like the original sort of thing. The
And we've
memes
done
that
full
came out
circle on
of that,
penguins.
we have. But the memes that came out of that were fucking
Oh,
golden.
I've
It
watched
was
so
so
many people
good.
speed running getting banned on Club Penguin. It's actually sad.
Oh yeah,
There's
that was
certain
a
ones
thing.
where certain ones where you're not allowed to type, but you just have to do things. It's so funny, so good.
It's like, I'm pretty sure there's a speed run where it takes him like 2 minutes to get banned. Like from set up account, gets into the server, just types "fuck" banned immediately.
Immediately gone.
Speed run.
Iced. And like how have you seen those clips of like RuneScape where it's people convincing because I mean I don't know if you like back in the day when it was released, basically everyone on it was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
So if you were like somewhat older or even vaguely smart and how to play the game, people could like trick people into like stealing their shit.
Yeah.
And someone made a compilation that was released like maybe like 9 or 10 years ago, and it was how quickly before I can steal someone's entire loot. And it was like he went on, he joined, he found someone, he was like, hey, by the way, I can upgrade all your gear. And they're like, okay. They gave it to him, and then he left. That was it.
All that hard
Like,
work.
nice. 2 seconds gone.
What I really. I don't know people are speed running that as well.
So
speed
good,
running,
isn't
speed running, tricking other humans into giving me all their shit.
You can speed
There
run
was
anything
one-
nowadays.
There was one
Oh,
I
I
liked
do- oh.
There's one I liked on Minecraft, which wasn't a speedrun, it was just a pranking thing. It was a bloke who in the server was like, all right, I'm going to play a few pranks on the people today. And he was like basically going and destroying parts of the houses. He made himself invisible so they couldn't see him and was in creative and stuff. And he was saying things like, they've got no idea I'm doing this. This is hilarious. They're so confused. And in the chat, they were just like, Zach, fuck off. It's just, they knew exactly who it was and exactly what he was doing. It's just like, but he was just the whole time like, they've got no idea.
I'm so sneaky.
I'm getting away with this. It's like a simple one to do that I love is just like when you play Warzone and you ask for your teammates to give you all their cash so you can like buy like a loadout drop or something and you just leave the game.
You're that guy, man.
Okay. I did.
No, Andy's not that guy. Andy would buy a self-revive.
No. I would. That's buy a self-revive and then I just play the game myself.
Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't leave it.
We've all got a mutual friend called James as well, and I was playing with him, and some guy we were playing with did that to us. Like we all gave him all of our money, and he did it. He left, and I'm like, that's quite funny. I got to give him that.
Nah,
see, that's the kind of thing we were talking about with pranks in the last one, where it's inconvenient, but not being a dickhead.
It's like just wasted like 5 minutes of my time collecting money.
It's a bit annoying.
So I can still win from here, but it's a pain in the ass.
It's funny though. I was like, that's
all
good.
Right. Yeah, that's quite good.
I kind of rate that.
Oh, beautiful.
I reckon.
I'm curious now.
I'm trying to think of a speed run that we could try and beat. I reckon we could speed run.
I want to do something to do about getting banned from something.
Yeah, it's got to
or
be.
Getting
banned from
or breaking
Farmville.
Something.
Farmville.
We get banned. Is Farmville online? I've never played it.
No idea. How long do you reckon? How long do you reckon it would take to like complete Animal Crossing 100%? You speedrun it. I know it's a bit out there, but you know.
I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably like what you mean without using glitches and exploits, or what with using them.
Well, there's normally two categories, aren't there? You can do either.
Why do you think? Are you gonna speedrun Animal Crossing? Are you gonna do the
Maybe.
DS version or the Wii U or the?
No. I was gonna do
Switch?
the original DS because I haven't played New Leaf, whereas I know all the tips and tricks and all the background. You know, ways to get in. You know?
This is where you look it up and you're like, "Fuck, this guy did it so quickly."
He did it in 3 minutes. It's like, God damn.
you're like, I cannot do that.
Or potentially nobody's ever done it. And then.
Yeah, that's what we need to find. We need to find a record that nobody's attempted, or only like 4 people have attempted it.
Yeah, like the world record for like breaking as many cantaloupes as you can with your right big toe and your left nutsack. Or left testicle, not nutsack.
You mean
don't
zero,
have 2
then?
nutsacks. But nobody's ever done that, surely. So
We're Googling fuck.
There was one where someone discovered, I think it wasn't, it must have been like a bug or something in Solid Snake, and she was just streaming it. I think she might have been a member of the Oxcast or something, and she was just streaming it, just chilling. Accidentally found an exploit, and every speedrunner latched onto it. They were like, "We can knock like a full 2 minutes off our time with this shit." And it was like something she just discovered wandering around.
it's like the videos of the people who do that jump thing on Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know which one you mean.
Galaxy?
You can just jump.
I should know a bloody name because I saw.
Is that the one where he's got the hat, or are you thinking an older one?
I think Mario's got a hat in every single one of them, mate.
No, I mean the one where you can like throw the hat and it's 3D.
Smash Bros.
I don't know.
No.
What is clear is that none of us know video games.
What are
Clearly
frogs?
not. None of us are into our side
Yeah.
scrollers. Oh.
No.
But to be fair, I think coming full circle from Happy Feet to Club Penguin's a wonderful place to leave it for the day.
Beautiful.
Like truly
And
really
Happy
wonderful.
Feet.
Boys, I hope you had a wonderful time and hope your tippity tappity toes are all,
No.
good and webbed.
One last.
I don't know, penguins got webbed feet.
One last bit of advice as well. Don't activate a penguin's fight or flight response because remember they're flightless, so don't do it.
And on that bombshell,
Time to end. Thank you very much for listening. Cheers, boys,
Welcome.
for coming.
Cheers.
And
you.
Andy,
Cheers
have
for
a
watching.
wonderful evening. Charlie, have a wonderful day.
I'll try to.
Useful.
Wonderful.
Peace.
Goodbye,
Sky high.
everyone. Sky high.
Bye.